In the heart of Nigeria, a great and quiet revolution is transforming the education sector. Anambra State is emerging as a beacon of academic excellence, with Governor Soludo's bold initiatives in redefining education in Anambra State. His leadership has sparked transformative journey, harnessing innovation, technology, and a passion to empower the future leaders. As a result, Anambra State has become a shining model when we talk education, producing sons and daughters who are blazing the trail in the national and global stages. This is Solution Footprints, and my name is Chidimma Oranwa. Join me as we explore the transformative impact of Governor Soludo's reforms in Anambra State, and also how Anambra State is trying to write its own chapter in the story of education in Nigeria. See it! Human capital is Anambra's greatest resource, and the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR, is very deliberate and intentional about mining the resource to the best of his ability to create human capital who are both productive at home and exportable abroad. Governor Soludo regards education as an opportunity equalizer.
Here in Anambra, we're intentionally, deliberately prioritizing our future by investing massively in the education of our children. We're investing in our future because the children today, our youths, happen to be the bridge to our future. And therefore, we are making the investment in 10, 20, 30 years. These investments will begin to yield maximum dividend, and our children will conquer the world. The world will come to Anambra, and our children will not only acquire the skills that they need here, but they will also be skills that are exportable abroad. Our greatest asset and bridge to the future happen to be our children. And that's why we are prioritizing this, because you are the guaranteed future for Anambra. The roads will come and go. The skyscrapers can fall. Everything else can disappear. But the investment in the children of Anambra will endure forever. And that's why we prioritize you. And that is why we lay emphasis and put you as priority number one.
In the years gone by, children of the rich and the children of the poor went to the same schools and were taught by the same teachers in the same environment. What this entailed was that the best pupils and students always read their heads, getting equal opportunities, not minding whether they were rich or poor, or other social stratification or consideration. Over the years, the standard in the education system kept deteriorating, even though Anambra schools and teachers kept winning laurels locally and internationally. Operations of private schools increasingly became the order of the day. This led to a near total negligence of public schools, especially in Anambra. The national policy on education prescribes a teacher-to-student ratio of 1 to 25 for pre-primary classes, 1 to 35 for primary, and 1 to 40 for secondary schools, even though some subnational governments still struggle to meet these ratios. However, worth mentioning is the fact that, on assumption of authors, Governor Soludo had a clear vision of what he would do to transform the education sector in Anambra State. Consequently, after a successful needs assessment, within 9 months of the inception of Governor Soludo's administration, 5,000 teachers were recruited into the state civil service. It was a rigorous process based purely on merit. Their intention was to end the era of schools without teachers and produce learners who are productive at home and exportable abroad.
Today, Ndị Anambra, my fellow teachers, we are keeping one of our promises. In our People's Manifesto, we promise to, quote, position Anambra as a center of excellence for human capital development and proactively leapfrog our students to abuse as Africa's digital tribe, end of quote. Our broad goal is the development of a robust human capital that is productive at home and exportable abroad. Yes, we'll benchmark to Nigeria, but for an itinerant tribe that we are, global best practices will continue to be our beacon. The manifesto has a detailed reform agenda and 3 illustrative focus areas out of 9 of them that are germane to this event include the following, as stated in our manifesto. Number 1 is to develop the competence of teachers in the state and restore teaching as a profession of pride. As the saying goes, quote, if you want to predict the future of any society, examine the quality of its teachers and the quality of teaching, end of quote. The teaching profession is the most important profession, as everyone was once taught by a teacher. As a teacher myself, I understand what it means when teachers are empowered to work. Our plan will work towards professionalism and unique Anambra teachers with special Anambra certification based on quality, capacity building, and competencies. Lifelong learning tools will be provided and teachers will be motivated and rewarded appropriately.
Recently also, Governor Soludo recruited additional 3,115 teachers. This is a recruitment coming at a time many state governments have virtually stopped new recruitments into the civil service for fear of the wage bill that could hit them after the conclusion of the ongoing minimum wage negotiation between organized labor and the federal government.
The teachers he employed are first of all fit for purpose. For him, the education sector is the quality of teachers and the quality of teaching that makes up the education sector. And then the availability of the teachers at the rural areas, that's where we call the hard to reach areas, especially. He had a kind of initiative whereby teachers from these areas, qualified teachers from those areas are employed to teach their people. That's the first thing he did, first marvelous thing he did in education. Because as you know, education is made up of 3 components. The teachers, the pupil, that's the students, and the brick and the mortar. So he has spoken to the teachers through mass recruitment of teachers. And this revolution is what we term the solution education revolution.
The teachers' recruitment into Anambra's public schools was not only targeted to address the teacher-student ratios in public schools in Anambra State, it was also targeted to solve the problem of the dearth of teachers in certain vocational and technical subjects in public schools.
He insisted on the establishment and the reintroduction of history into the Anambra State educational space. History is being taught now from lower secondary schools to the upper secondary schools, and in the primary school, history is also being introduced. He gathered a crop of well-qualified historians, professors from different universities in Anambra State to produce, to give out the much they know of history to these children. So the history has become a grounded subject of study in the Anambra State educational space.
He eventually approved that 1,500 teachers be trained through competency-based capacity building programs, seminars, and symposiums. A remuneration structure was thereafter introduced to signal teaching as a priority profession.
I was employed 2022 when Mr. Governor recruited about 5,000 new teachers. I was happy, at least I didn't know anyone in power or something. I went through the recruitment exams and I stayed through, and I was happy. Just getting a government job in this our era is not one easy thing. Since I was employed, I came into the school. From then till now, there is a very big development. I've been to seminars organized by ASBER. They talk about how to teach the pupils, classroom management, even skills on how to be a better teacher. in this modern society, and it's really helpful. I'll be using it to impact those younger ones. We as a school, as teachers, as pupils, we just want to say a very big thank you.
I was newly recruited in the year 2022. Honestly, it was a great privilege for me because I was searching for jobs over the years as a graduate. But Governor Professor Soludo gave me this opportunity, and I embraced it. Not only me, so many graduates. He really impacted so many things, good things in us. He really helped us. I've been going for trainings, seminars, countless of them. For example, January this year, 2022, I embarked on a training on English proficiency. I improved more in my English, both speaking and writing, which I came down here, I trained the teachers and the learners. In my class, when you want to speak, you speak using a good English. You speak with good phonics. The British Council came, and because of the training, Obiwane Primary School was selected as one of the sample schools. Our amiable governor, in fact, I doff my cap for him. I really doff my cap for him. Everyone is celebrating him. The learners, those outside, the villagers, the community, I myself, I say more power to his elbow.
The revolution is real, and Anambra State education sector is rapidly transforming and providing outstanding results. There has been more commendations from education enthusiasts. Stay tuned for more insight and inspiring stories. In line with Governor Soludo's promise, there is an ongoing upgrade of infrastructure in government-owned public schools. There is equally an ongoing development of some model schools and some public libraries in the state through the governor's public-private community partnership, aiding the construction of many school infrastructure through this model.
That has been very wonderful. First, we were asked to get our club of patrons and to go to the community and get people to partner with the government in the school. We've been able to do that. Our club of patrons have been working. Individuals have also been given scholarships more than 1 year, 2 years now for 120 students. We have other individuals, some 5, some 10. Then there is this white man, Mr. 2, that is constructing the Anambra State Stadium. He gave scholarship again to the students of this school because he said that whenever he passes through this place to his place of work, he is impressed with what he saw. You can see the school gates, one of the best, if not the best in the state. Then this administrative building, they just did this one and commissioned it last year. The government organizations like Asubel too, that have been doing their own part. The library is by an individual to commemorate the memory of their father, the first principal here, the Chukwuogo family. They did the library for us. The hostel behind us was done by Anna Yonebe. So we have a lot of individuals that come in to partner, and that is because of the governor's appeal that private individuals should come in.
Group of veterans that are working, even our principal office, that are doing many work there. They are working, they are trying, even some of them are paying school fees for SS1 to SS3. Many of them, even some of our projects that are helping in it. So they are working. That his idea is very, very nice. It's a step in the right direction. So I thank God for Governor for making that policy so that even the town union and the other people are involved because of the type of person Soludo is.
Like the fencing you saw was done by Umu Obuneni in diaspora to help the community. The whole environment was open. Thieves come in and go out at will. So by this thing now, it's a right step in the right direction. Because if not for this community government partnership, those people would not have been involved. And also this project here, this water borehole,
The government brought it for us. Painting of the wall there was done by the man from the community. People are giving us students scholarship at will. So one man, Sassim says, brought the whole sports equipment for football, ranging from boots, jersey, everything needed for football. Like that building there, one of the members of a club of patrons, Farm Mrs. Grace Nkechus was there, renovated this lab for us and equipped it. Physics and chemistry lab is just one building. I will commend him for most of his policies in education.
Worthy of note is the fact that the list of benefactors who heeded the governor's call through the PPCP model and through their weight in support of the policy is endless, such as IG Ago Foundation, Millennium City, among others.
Now, when Soludo came on board, he propagated the idea of partnering with prominent people in Anambra, to partner with the government in order to advance the cause of governance, provide amenities and all that. And my MD graciously keyed into it. First of all, we did the needs assessment to determine what the school needs. We decided to provide assembly hall. A building was there before, dilapidated building. It was pulled down to build it. You have the assembly upstairs and classrooms downstairs. You pull down their dilapidated toilets and build a modern toilet for girls and for boys. He set up a borehole to run the system. He built an e-library at the downstairs of the assembly hall for the students to advance the course of their knowledge and learning. He equipped their lab, physics labs, chemistry lab, biology lab. He equipped all of them. At the end of the day, we recruited, I think, 23 teachers who we will, pay their remunerations. It's going to go on for 5 years, and then after that, we review. So I must commend Governor Soludo, so much, because he's done so much.
Currently, we just completed the renovation of Principal and Corpus Lodge in Ezike High School. We renovated the building. We also have an ongoing renovation, which is on right now. The Santa Maria Primary and Nursery and Primary School as well. We have to renovate the 2 classes that are not good. So right now, the project is ongoing. So we're giving it back to society by helping those children go through a good quality education, by giving them a full funded scholarship. We have our online scholarship application going on, whereby students are meant to register. It started from the 3rd of June, which will be ending on the 28th of June 2024. So it's ongoing right now. So I want to say a very big thank you to Governor Soludo. He's really doing well, and we appreciate him for that. And also to our State Commissioner of Education.
Progressively, Governor Soludo's administration also succeeded in clearing a 3-year marching grant, that is 2019, 2020 and 2021, which the former administration ignored.
We started reminding him that the previous administration have not assessed our counterpart fund for renovations that we have gone around to see. Teaching materials that will aid the children to learn better. And in his characteristic manner, he went ahead to pay the backlog from 2019, 2020 and 2021. He didn't pay one, but he cleared the 3. So that is the intervention we are now implementing. We have a total of 224 projects. 15 schools benefited from fencing, 43 schools benefited from toilets, water borehole, 15 schools benefited, construction of new classrooms, 39 schools benefited, and renovation of dilapidated schools is a total of 112 that is ongoing now. Above 12,000 furnitures, education materials were procured. The day we flagged off, the whole of our suburb was filled with plastic tables and chairs. The 6 shuttle buses for quality assurance, visits and supervision About 1,000 whiteboards are procured and they have been sent to different schools. These schools that these materials were sent to were not limited to public schools. The returned schools also benefited. All of them were shared equally. And in the tradition of UBEC, we are given 90 days to complete these projects. And if we do 70% completion, then we are ripe for another fund from UBEC to continue renovating, putting instructional materials in the schools to make the environment conducive for learning for our children. Because if the environment is conducive, they will learn better.
Working towards actualizing the clear vision of Governor Soludo, Anambra Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, embarked on immediate digitization of the basic education sector to make our public schools in the state to become model smart schools. The UBEC Smart School Isiago, Oka North Council area, is a replica of the school structures that will be replicated across the state.
The school is located at the hinterland of Isiago and it needs hostel for the children in JS classes. So at the moment, teachers' quarters is being constructed there by Mr. Governor from this fund. There's also 8 classroom block that Mr. Governor is also constructing to add to what Koika built. Mr. Governor is doing all this to make sure that that school is put into use.
2,000 laptops were distributed to teachers by Governor Soludo in line with the Everything Technology, Technology Everywhere mantra. Also, laptops were given to all the head teachers in the state government school for keeping of data.
Lastly, we went to Oka. That was in the month of April. They shared laptop to us, and which we are making use of in terms of sending messages, collect data and send. So when you are using Wati, then in terms of sending data to the office, we are finding it very easy now.
Governor Soludo promised to strengthen the free education initiative, and he kept to this by declaring truly free education to pupils and students of primary to junior secondary 3 in 268 public schools in the state. No hidden charges, no PTA levies, as well as the practice. Fees for senior secondary school were reduced by Governor Soludo to 5,000 naira from approximately 12,000 naira.
From last year, we started having more population here than before because of that free education of 18. And even the parents, the last time that we have a PTA meeting, so the parents, they are very, very happy about it.
Really, the thing really helped us because I know when you go to the society, you see that things are very hard. Some are no longer paying their school, some parents are no longer paying their school fees of their children. But now, hardly you see students writing about. Then when you go to the market, you see it's just few is still in the market. So that means that it helps the parents. Mean our children are in the school. You cannot see when okay, let's say by 11 or 10 o'clock, hardly you see children moving from from one place to the other because there is free education. So all our children are there. It helps the parents a lot. So the parents, what they are fighting now is what they are going to eat. I'm really thankful Governor Soludo. He said that solution is here, and the solution is here indeed.
To further enhance the overall education of Anambra children, Governor Soludo has approved the revival of school sports in the public schools to catch talented athletes young and equally promote the physical, social, intellectual, and psychological well-being of Anambra children. Special attention has also been given to agriculture, creating farmers' clubs. To the glory of God, with all these policies and new systems in place bearing fruit, in years to come, Omo Anambra, who would have previously been destined to continue in the cycle of poverty, will find themselves with a chance at a brighter future, thanks to Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo's determination, intentionality, and efforts. No other investment yields greater return than investment in education. As we conclude in today's edition of Solution Footprints, it is clear that the sustained efforts of Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo CFR, with the support of the Ministry of Education in Anambra State, have culminated into the transformative shift ongoing in the education sector in Anambra State. Join us next week as we continue the journey on education in Anambra State. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Follow us on our social media platforms at Solution Footprints on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Solution FP on X, formerly Twitter. Bye.